A trade that we kind of expected that was going to happen finally happened. We've been anticipating this for maybe about a week and a half now. The Yankees send Aroldis Chapman to the Chicago Cubs. Now Chapman, he's kind of had a couple of incidents in the last couple of months. Let's kind of rewind back to last season. Chapman's a free agent. The Dodgers are looking to sign him because the Dodgers need some positivity throughout the free agency process after losing Zach Greinke to the Diamondbacks. But then there's a domestic violence case against Chapman. Then the Dodgers back out. So then the Yankees take a shot on Chapman, even though he was going to be suspended for the first 25 games of the season. And now the Yankees have dealt him to the Chicago Cubs. This helps the Cubs in many ways. The Cubs, they have really good bats with Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo. And they have Ben Zobrist. And they have solid pitching of Jake Arrieta and John Lester. After they lost Kyle Schwarber for the season, Chapman's a very good relief pitcher. This is very helpful for Chicago Cubs' World Series run this season. And that's still alive, in my opinion. Chicago Cubs can easily take the World Series. But I don't know if they will at this point yet. They still have a tough division with the Cardinals. Well, the Cubs did steal Jason Hayward from the Cardinals in free agency last season. But it was really expensive, though. So here's my thoughts on the trade. Clearly, Chapman, even though he has thrown 1,953 pitches over 100 miles an hour, which is the most among any pitcher, they still dealt him. Why they dealt him is maybe there was something going on and in the dugout or behind the scenes that nobody knew about. Maybe he wasn't getting along with teammates, or maybe he just wasn't feeling it in New York, so then they trade him to the Cubs. Well, the Cubs will surely take Chapman, considering there was a little bit of a conflict between them last year when Chapman was on the Reds. So adding Chapman to the Cubs pitching staff, the relief pitching staff, it really helps them. That's probably the one pitcher they need to make a World Series run. Kind of like what happened with the Royals last year, is they traded to get Johnny Cueto. And that's what won the Royals the World Series. Although Cueto didn't really have that much production for the Royals, it still worked out for him. So the MLB trade line is still days away, and there are many players that can still get dealt. Like, for example, Chris Archer can get dealt. I can see Yasiel Puig getting dealt. Maybe Andrew McCutchen could. It would be surprising, maybe it could happen. Melvin Upton Jr. also got dealt to Toronto earlier today. Chris Sale, he's probably going to be dealt now after his little incident with cutting up those throwback jerseys that he refused to wear, and the White Sox suspended him for 5 days until tomorrow, which is when his fighting suspension is up. Maybe they're going to trade him maybe tomorrow or on Friday, because they have until Monday to do it. Because he was being really insubordinate. So they suspended him for the destruction of their property and insubordination. So I can see Chris Sale definitely getting dealt now. Maybe to a team that really needs it, like maybe the Rangers is what I was hearing. Maybe he can get dealt to. He could probably get dealt to, I don't know, maybe in Toronto can maybe use him. Although I don't see him going all the way to Toronto. Maybe the Yankees could have, like, money to sign him or something. Or maybe the Dodgers will take Chris Sale. Well, Chris Sale's a really talented pitcher, but he just has to follow the rules of the organization. He refused to do that. So they suspended him for doing that because he was being insubordinate. So comment below what you think about this Chapman trade to the Cubs. Even though we've kind of anticipated this was going to happen for about a week now, several days. We kind of knew about it. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on my sports Twitter account at JBTalkSports. Have a good day, everybody. I will see you next time.